Tonight on The Cooligans, we're going to be joined by rapper Murs. We talked to him about LA Galaxy. We talked to him inside the Adidas store.
We went to the Adidas store because he's like, I'm not going to your TV studio. We also talk a little bit about FC Dallas. He's like, yo, baby, you're not here to see me, but what about my homies?
Exactly.
Right?
And a little CBA talk, okay? So we're going to hit him with a CBA woe. All right, so all this and more today on The Cooligans!
Yeah, baby!
Okay. I just parallel parked.
Yeah, okay. He's whipping that excursion.
I'm like, skirt into a good spot.
Yeah, it's right in front of the studio. It's really good.
Feel good about it. Hello, welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Christian Polanco.
Yes, it is. And my name is Alexis Guerrero.
All right, we are the Cooligans. We are your favorite stand-up comedians that host the funniest soccer show that you have ever witnessed.
It is, and it's also the gulliest soccer show that's ever existed.
Exactly. And today, the gulliness levels are through the roof.
Can you believe how gully this gets?
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
We over gullied. We OG.
We went to the Adidas store, the
right.
flagship store on Fifth Avenue here,
and we just started mushing people.
We say, "Hey, get out of here!
Get out of here! Where's the discount card?"
We're doing the interview right here at the cash register.
That's right. Somebody bring me a K-cup coffee.
Okay, so yes, we had an incredible time talking to Murs at the Adidas store, and he's an incredible human being, right? And if you don't know Murs, he's a rapper based out of Los Angeles, and is a soccer fan, right?
Huge soccer fan, but he explains how that all came about.
Exactly, and but we were last week at the MLS Forward 25 event, the fashion show,
the Adidas fashion event.
Okay, all right,
fancy with our monocles on, right? And Murs was there. He was representing LA Galaxy.
Exactly, he was on the catwalk representing LA Galaxy.
There he is, right?
And he's a good-looking dude.
Right.
Now he's a rapper / model.
Okay, it's about time. But we didn't get a chance to talk to him, so we said, "You'll meet us at the Adidas store."
Exactly, because he had to roll out real quick,
right? But this is it. This is our interview with Murs. Wow. All right, we are in the Adidas store.
It's just the flagship store on Fifth Avenue.
This is it. We're about to interview, world record holder. That doesn't happen, right? I lost the world record of pizza slices eaten. I didn't even know I was in the competition for it.
To this man.
Yeah, no. If I'm not mistaken, you rap straight for 48 hours?
No, 25, 26.
26.
Yeah.
Well, the voice you're hearing.
Less impressive.
Yeah.
Less impressive.
The voice you're hearing.
And I was dethroned by someone who beat me by 30 minutes.
By 30 minutes?
Yeah.
You gotta go back. You gotta do it again.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, the voice you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen, unless you're driving, put your hands together for the one, the only, the first rapper we've had on our show,
No,
right?
second
rapper, the first,
best rapper. Yeah. I don't even know who the other guy is, but
the other rapper was Jay-Z.
Yeah. Heard of him?
Garbage.
Basura. Take it back to State Street. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Murs, everybody.
Murs, what's up, man?
What's up, y'all?
Thanks so much for joining us, man. I'm excited to talk to you. I mean, this is wild that we're even here at the Adidas store because you were also, I think we should add model to the resume.
Fashion catwalk.
Yeah.
Because
cat.
Yeah. Don't show them all the goods. They got to pay the fee.
Yeah. You don't want to see my strut.
But you were on the runway for the Adidas and MLS kit reveal.
Showing this kit right here.
Showing this kit right here from LA Galaxy.
Right.
Yes.
Galaxy.
So we know.
We're at our stadium, sir. You can shit in peace.
Oh, yeah, so you heard.
Just so you know, bro. Okay. We're not like those other guys, bro. If you have to relieve yourself.
This is how the rivalry begins.
Our bathroom doesn't look like like a Fifth Avenue apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can use a piece
get
with
arrested.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere between Yankee Stadium
This is a good pitch.
You know
I think.
what I mean? And LAFC, that's where our bathroom stands.
Number 2 in peace. Number 2 in peace.
Whoa, these ultras are wild, dog. So let's we'll get to especially your connection to LA Galaxy, and you've been doing a lot of stuff with them. But the fact that you were on the runway, and what has that been the first time you've done anything like that? It was pretty cool seeing that.
You can look at me. I'm not a model. You know what I mean?
Don't say that.
Yeah, now I am.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
But because of 425 MLS, LA Galaxy, it took a lot of powers.
Yeah.
Great people to put me on the runway,
Okay.
and they did it. You know,
A lot of executives had to check off.
yeah, like all right.
Yeah, if Anna Wintour was in the room, maybe it don't happen.
It don't happen. No, for sure.
But thank God she
Yeah, I
was
got
busy
makeup,
that day.
it was dope, man.
It's great, man, and in general, like it has been cool. So you were a person whose name I always heard. I didn't necessarily listen to. I didn't like if I heard a Murs song, I didn't know who it was or whatever, right? But then, honestly, the last couple years, the way I heard of you really was trashing LAFC on Twitter. Like you going back at fans. You were like a very.
How did you pick LA Galaxy? Because you became a fan of soccer after LAFC existed, no?
No, I became a fan of soccer in 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in inner city LA, a city called Linwood, right next to Compton and Watts, and it was very hood, very black.
Yeah.
And
your neighborhood has something in common with my neighborhood. I grew up in Newark, which has a big Grape Street population.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep it.
Man. Newark, shout out to Newark, man.
That's why we got the
Gulliest.
That's why we call ourselves the Gulliest Soccer Show.
Yeah, well, we didn't even get. You guys didn't get to Cooligan. I thought I was gonna get that.
We'll do it at the end.
Okay, bro, man, I'm waiting, bro.
I'm the biggest fan of Murs ever. All of a sudden,
Damn, yo, I didn't know.
he went through the catalog.
Clearly going through the discography.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We appreciate it, man.
But no, I was trapped in London, and growing up, like, just to be 100, and my fans know, like, you know what I mean? Like, my homie, like, there's a very big brown and black divide.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, it was strong. And they were like, nah, we don't play soccer. You know, in derogatory, very, you know, primitive 80s term, you're either gay or Latino. That's the current way to say it.
Right.
But it was a lot more vulgar
No one
than
was that politically correct.
Yeah, no one. So like the big homies, you know, and I'm, you know, 6, 7 years old. Okay, well, you don't play soccer. That, you know what I mean? I got in an argument. I went to my first tour in 1996, and I remember being in Groningen, Holland, and Grouch, a guy on my group at the time, he played soccer his whole life. I used to paint soccer fields with him for money. Yeah. And but I was telling him, that's trash sport, man. It's not a real man's sport, blah, blah, blah. And we're arguing about it on the bus going to the projects in Holland, and the dude is with us, like a 6'8" black dude. He's like, my brother, who's in jail, I believe, for murder, is the best soccer player in our whole project. So how dare you say that only pussies play soccer? And I'm like, still, that. And me and Grouch get in a fist fight. I'm like, soccer, and we start fighting this guy. Like, I'm fighting to show how weak soccer is. Fast forward, almost 10 years later, I'm trapped in London, or outside of London. They have 5 channels there at the time. BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. It's Euro Cup, so that's all that's on the sports channel, and I have no choice. And I'm like, this is the greatest game ever. I think it was either like Turkey or somebody won, and it was like, or Greece. It was like such a...
Yeah, it could have been the Euros, maybe.
Yeah, it was the Euro Cup for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, they're telling the story of the country, and then they're showing the, like, pain the country. Like, Americans don't get excited about anything that much. You know what I mean?
Nothing that big.
Like, you know,
the
like when they show
stand.
When they show like the crowd in KC, that's maybe 5,000 people. This seemed like tens of thousands. The whole country was partying. And I was like, yes. And I was crying. And I was like, this is great. And then when I got home, I was like, how do I get into soccer? So I kind of like, MLS is MLS. And 04 MLS was not. It's pre-Beckham.
It's not this MLS. Yeah.
So I was like, all right. I kind of tried to get into it.
You didn't see the thousands of people.
Yeah, just what I didn't feel it. So then I was like, okay, I'll get in the U.S. men's team. Bad idea. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't tread on. I believe that we will win. I start going to bars 6 in the morning to watch World Cup with people I didn't know. Yeah. I felt that camaraderie, but in L.A. I just still didn't. And then finally I got to a Galaxy match, and I was like, all right. And I got to go backstage, and like it was Kobe's last game. It was my first match.
Oh, wow.
And that's when Beckham was playing. And then I realized, too, like I went there and they're having this cake for Kobe, and then David Beckham walks in with 3 security guards. And I was like, there are only 40 people in this room. Yeah. And this guy still needs security. Because the people I were with were like, oh, Like, everybody, this is VIP LA elite.
Yeah.
And they're still like, Bex. And I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, Michael Jordan get off a plane in Ethiopia and nobody give a damn.
Yeah.
David Beckham can't go.
No, there's no place on the globe.
And, and it hit me, and I was like, and so like little moments like that over the years. And then I had sons. Yeah. And I was living in Arizona, and I moved back to LA, and I was like, we're not doing football. We're doing football.
Soccer.
And so I started taking them to Galaxy games, and they turned out that I put it on Twitter, like, cause I tried to encourage soccer. Like, I slowly became like an advocate. Like, my kids are gonna play. Your kids got to play. We're all playing soccer. Like, then Cosmo, the Galaxy mascot, reached out. He's like, I'll take a picture with your kid. Come on down to this gate. And then Galaxy was like, we got your tickets. No worries. And I showed up, and they knew my government name already. And I was like, we're fans.
I didn't give you that much information.
Yeah. And then the fans, ACB and Lars, and like they were fans.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this is where I belong. And so for the past 3 years, it's just been like,
it's been love.
It's been love. So when they asked me to do something, I'm like, I told them, like, are we asking you too much? I was like, until I'm on the field in the mascot uniform, I haven't done enough for my club.
That's right, baby. We're back, and we've got even more rumors. In fact, this part I love because we're talking about what we like to do. We just try to find a way to get soccer and hip hop a little bit more united.
Yeah.
How much easier to do it than having a rapper?
Or start a club named Hip Hop United.
Hip Hop United. There's a bunch of Uniteds anyway. Check this interview out with Murs. The term underground rapper, I don't think really relates anymore because there isn't radio. Radio's not really that important anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? So, like, what? I guess underground is what? You're not on, like, the Spotify playlist? You know what I mean?
Like, you're not on Rap Caviar.
Yeah, you're not on Rap Caviar. Like, what for you, going into in a world like soccer and seeing sort of, like, the immediate love and reaction you're getting, you were on Sirius XM FC.
Yeah.
Not so long ago. LA Galaxy wants you to be more involved. You're wearing the jersey on a catwalk in New York. Stuff like that. Does that sort of give you like an idea of like, yo, like I didn't realize I could be popping in this world too?
Yeah, I had no idea, man. I didn't know, I had no idea. I was sitting home watching soccer like no one in soccer knows anything about rap. And that's cool, you know what I mean?
They didn't, man.
And
we still have to explain what gully means to go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's not, but in LA, it is because like Chicano culture is synonymous with hip hop culture. Like the real hip hop heads, you go to a real hip hop show, underground show.
Yeah.
It's 90%, mostly even Mexican. Not a couple El Salvadorians might show up.
It's a lot of tall white socks with Dickie shorts.
we don't do
That's
that.
The uniform, bro.
It's very intimidating.
Scary. But yeah, so it's hip hop definitely there. Like in LA is that, but yeah, like I don't think if I go to a Houston Dynamo game, it's not going to be very hip hop. You know what I mean? No disrespect. Shout out to Darren Quintero.
Or Columbus.
I wanted you to come play with us.
Right.
Columbus crew,
Yeah, maybe not the most hip hop.
Not the most hip hop.
If it was Cleveland, though, maybe we have a chance.
Bone Thugs.
Yes.
Yo, can we get that? Can we get that?
Go. How was that not?
Now tell me what.
The marketing campaign is there.
That's why hip hop and soccer really need to get married.
We're trying our hardest, man.
We always talk about because as stand-up comedy, we've been doing stand-up comedy a long time, and then we started talking about soccer, and then all of a sudden we're getting all this like appreciation from people that are like, yo, why hasn't something like this existed? Why aren't comedians talking about soccer? But then
like, thank God they didn't. Give us a lane.
No, exactly.
But I'll also say about like rappers. How come that connection? We hear the big players. They have bars and punchlines for Messi, Ronaldo. You hear it from time to time.
Dude, you know how lit it was when I think it was what was it, Champion, which is Future, and I think Ty Dolla $ign?
I don't remember. Okay.
It was Campaign, that song. He says kicking it like Barcelona, like Messi, and I was like, I freaked out. Wait, somebody mentioned this.
Yeah. I feel seen,
I'm putting up my campaign poster.
Is that been a thing that you've thought of, or have you already? Because I remember there was a song with Grouch. I was listening to that, and there's a bar in there about my kids play soccer. I think he has a bar in there. Has that been something that you've been mindful of? Like, oh, maybe I can integrate these worlds a little bit more.
I've been trying, man. I've made soccer songs. I made, it's not
it's hard.
It's not catching on.
But
like the whole Afrobeat thing that's going on, like the Drogba song was huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just saw Drogba on the thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know what I mean? And
well, like when France won the World Cup, did you see that? I forget who's the rapper. The French rapper.
Veggie Dream. Veggie Dream.
He did one for them?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
walked around the stadium with the World Cup trophy to that song, and he mentions every player, and they all did
dope.
a dance when they were mentioned. So it was like the song and the World Cup
that's
championship,
awesome.
Exactly.
the one was together. Like it's
like,
starting to make it happen.
I think everywhere else in the world
Yeah.
is dope. I mean, like, it works because hip-hop is the biggest culture or music in the world.
Yeah.
Soccer is the biggest sport. It's an obvious marriage. It's just not happening here because rappers aren't cultured. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
just started traveling, like, you know what I mean? And like,
Neither is soccer though. Soccer's a very suburban sport for the most part.
yeah,
in the US,
here,
in the
yeah,
US,
in the
yeah.
U.S., yeah. Here, you know, first time I played a pickup game of soccer, I was in Ethiopia. They didn't know rap. It was black. To me, they're black people, and they didn't even want to talk about rap. They didn't want to smoke weed. They didn't want to drink anything. They were like, picked up the soccer. We couldn't even speak the same language. They
Yeah.
speak Amharic. I speak English. They're like, and I was like, I've never played before, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah,
you
dude.
can
Good,
do
you're
it.
on their team.
And we did it, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is the first time I'm playing a pickup game of soccer, and it's the only way I can communicate with people who look just like me. We just got to get over it, man. I mean, you know, like rappers, it took rappers to mention the Louvre in rap. Like, you know, it took certain rappers like
It's a hard word.
years.
I
Like,
mean,
you grow up in New York City and you don't buy your first Basquiat till you're 40. Like,
Yeah.
like, we're a little bit behind when it comes to culture. Like, I didn't hear about Basquiat till after high school. Like, public schools, that's what hip hop was born out of.
Yeah,
Public
yeah.
schools are shit in America.
Yeah.
Like, they're not culturing us. So, you know, I think as the more famous, like Future and these guys start watching, and also, like, American networks got to get on it, bro. Like, I got to buy BN Sports. I got to have Sling TV.
Yeah.
I believe you mean Fubo TV.
Fubo TV.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I saw that there.
Yeah.
I have Fubo TV as well.
You can watch all
I
those
only
channels
have
on
Fubo
Fubo.
TV.
You can watch all these channels on Fubo. Yeah.
But yes.
Well, you can. See, that's the whole thing is I pay for Fubo TV.
You can watch BN. You can watch them all on there.
Why do I have all the other subscriptions?
You don't need them.
See, this is a come to Jesus for real. I have all these subscriptions to watch like everything.
No, don't need them anymore, baby.
And that's the whole thing is like, yeah, LA Galaxy like has been showing me so much love, and then like a small club compared to like Marseille. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Marseille sent me a custom jersey in a box with like my name, and I'm
Damn.
like, yo, like, they have like 1 billion followers. Like,
their supporter section is both sides of the stadium. That's how big their supporters groups
and
are.
I'm just like, yo, like this is crazy. Like AS Roma sent me a jersey. Like people like they want hip hop involved, and I'm glad to see like MLS is
starting.
Like, they've been so much love, man. And yesterday it was amazing to see like how just down there it was extremely diverse. I will say that like NFL but like they have to force diversity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yesterday there was somebody from the Special Olympics. There was a dog. There was, there was gay people. Everyone was walking together, and every MLS club picked them blindly. It wasn't like they MLS sent out a memo like, "Hey,
we need a
Galaxy
dog.
sending a black rapper with dreadlocks.
Hey,
you guys make sure you send a blonde white girl. You guys send someone for." It was just a genuine. Like we all showed up and someone pointed out one of the dudes from Dude Perfect was like, "This is super diverse," and I'm like, God, there's even a dog. Like they did it, and because soccer is, I think that's just naturally that sport, and everyone. And I got to stand next to Alexi Lawless, who turned out to be a great guy.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy.
He's a hard ass on TV. Bro.
Everybody hates him. He's a sweetheart.
I was like, so I'm standing next to him like,
I don't want to be in photos
want to
with
look at him, bro. Like, he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like,
one of the nicest guys. We always tell people because I remember we did a live show with him in Atlanta.
And they're like, how could you normalize him?
Yeah, we put him.
He talks so much shit.
We put him on the flyer, and he was like, "Oh, but he's gonna be there." Everybody's like sort of annoyed, and we just tell everybody like, "Yo, go say hello to, shake his hand, talk to him, and see if you feel the same way." He's one of the nicest people you ever meet. You may not agree with him on anything politically.
When we brought him on stage, only a few people clapped. By the time he came off, it was like a standing ovation.
Really?
How could you not love that guy? He's amazing.
I was like, all right, and then one of the I forget who it was from the San Jose Quakes, because of course
Win.
Win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Win's behind me. I think it's me, Alexi, Ninja, and Win. And of course, I'm that guy. I'm from LA, so I'm gangbanging backstage. So we're getting ready. I'm like, oh, we're getting ready to go out on the runway. Let's get it hyped. So I start doing my Galaxy chant.
Yeah.
No one joins in for some reason.
Oh,
crazy. We want to feel like champions before we go out. Like, we have 5, enough for everybody in line. Let's just do the LA Galaxy chant. We'll go out here and win, you know? And no one was with me. I don't know. But then Wayne was like, well, we have 2. And then he was like, but one of them is a fluke. According to Alexi. And I was like, God damn, those was a long time ago.
Oh, no,
they don't forgive or forget, bro.
But I love what Alexi did. Like, we were talking about kids, and he was smiling, and he's like, hey, it was. Like, he didn't back down from it. He's like, come on, bro. Like, it went off someone's knee. Like, I don't know my history enough, but he, like, broke it down. And he's like, but he didn't back down. But he was respectful. He, like, gave me away. Like, I was like, oh, this is I was like, it has to be crazy for you. He's like, no, it's not. He's like, sometimes like people's mothers, grandmothers come up and attack me. You said this about my grand. And I was like, it has to be crazy. He's like, nah, it's all part of the. Like, he gets
it. He's like a wrestler. He gets it.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, bro, you are the like one of the. The last person I felt that way about was John Cena. Like, he did a song with me, did a video with me, and we were in South Central, and he was the chillest dude. And I'm like, bro, like crackheads, literally. Same crackhead came to him 4 times. I was like, bro, you don't have to sign that again. And I'm grabbing the crack. I'm like, hey, baby, you got to get out of here. And he grabbed me. He's like, Murs, don't ever do that. I'm blessed to have this job. I'll sign that shirt as many times. I'm like, you're a white man in the middle of South Central. You got literal. It was legitimate. Like, he brought pieces.
He was like, you don't know what it was like for us. You're like, wait, what?
No, he was like, bro. He's like, before this, I drove on a driving range. I drove a golf cart with people hitting golf balls at me. If these people, their love gets me out of that, I'm here for it. I'll sign everything. And I was like, all right,
bro.
We're gonna cut that because I don't want to sign any autographs. Right?
You're not signing nothing.
Y'all wash your hands. Bring some hand sanitizer.
No, bro. Do you what? Yeah, no,
I'm messing with you.
I was gonna go back to the incident at the stank.
What?
The stank of California. I mean the bank. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget they say that. We got big LAFC fan base too, and LA Galaxy by the way.
Hey man,
we did Corners of the Galaxy.
LA Galaxy by the way.
Yeah, because I didn't want you to think we also don't have that.
Oh, I know. I know. There's casual sports fans and then there's soccer fans.
Yes.
LA Galaxy fans and LAFC fans. People, it's like Yankee fans. People are Yankee, like they wear the hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they may not know anyone.
No, it's like all of Europe wears that hat. They've never seen a baseball game in their life.
And like that's when the people wear that hat. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey, good match. You guys beat us in the playoff, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Playoffs?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm like, all right, bro.
All right, welcome back, and we are still with Murs at the Adidas store.
Yep.
And now we talked to him a little bit about Chicharito.
Oh yeah.
A little big signing.
Gets a little emotional.
Yeah, he's a big fan. Okay. So here are we talking to Murs about Chicharito.
What's it gonna take to get like you're going to LA Galaxy games? Like New York rappers, right? We've had who was it? Fat Joe was there. Young M.A. was there.
Yeah. NYCFC's been inviting rappers from time to time.
What's
so
it
you
gonna
see
take to get like Yasin Bey or
Yeah,
Talib Kweli?
Those are the more cultured, worldly rappers. They should be at MLS. I don't know, man. I'll talk to them. I'll definitely like, hey. But I mean, I'm gonna encourage them to come to a Galaxy game. I'm not gonna tell them.
Start there for sure.
But NYFC should have more. But I mean, Joe's pretty solid, man.
That's a big gap. That's a big gap.
Joe, and he's he's underground. Like he's one of those guys.
He's had a number 1 hit in the last 3 decades. Isn't that crazy?
His longevity is crazy, bro.
And I wanted to ask about Chicharito, obviously signing.
Apparently, it affected him.
All right, put him in a deep emotional state.
Yeah.
But no, that's a huge signing.
Can we get a tissue from Murs?
We didn't realize.
We're speaking about his God right now.
The fact that he signed with the club, and even maybe we'll even ask you. I don't know. Did you see the video of of his comments and whatever? Yes. But what does that sort of signing mean to you? And speaking of, like, maybe we were trying to figure out ways to merge the popularity of hip hop with the popularity of soccer. This might be an opportunity to get a couple Chicharito lines in a song, right? It seems like a easy.
And it is easy, but it's not the most tough word. Like you try to put Chicharito in a. You know, like
okay, maybe you can do it like a cumbia track or something.
Boom, boom, boom. You reggaeton.
Yeah, reggaeton and Chicharito go. But hip hop, like you try to throw Chicharito with my,
eating Doritos.
Eating Dorito and Chicharito.
I went right for food.
Yeah, but it's only for the Chicharito. At my house, when they officially announced the signing, I'm on the inside, so I kind of knew a couple of days.
We got in the know.
I'm in the know, but I didn't publicly celebrate. So when it was official, I went out, got some chicha morada and a burrito, and then I did
your own chicharito.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My wife was like, "Yo, go get that for me." And I was like,
he's like a mad scientist.
Yeah, correct.
You made your own Benefer, Brandon.
But I was stoked, man. I was, you know, like it was. I mean, I thought that because of Memo, that's what I call our coach because I can't. It's too many words. I thought Memo was going to bring a lot of Argentinians over. So I was telling her I was studying Argentinian football all season. All right, I don't know who.
Which is a wild league.
Yeah, dude,
like Boca Junior, Boca. I don't know.
There's no rules out there.
So I'm like, I don't know who he's going to bring. He's going to bring one of his homies or a kid that he brought up for the like. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like it's perfect for like. Of course, L.A. is Occupy Mexico. It's for it's you know what I mean. So it's great. You know, for me hearing about Chicharito, he's been a guy. He's the best player on our continent. In the history of our continent. And in LA, he's God. You know what I mean? So as far as soccer goes. So and I've always hated him because he kicks the shit out of U.S. men's soccer. So I could never root for him. Now I can root for him.
He wears your shirt.
He's in my city. And we one-upped LAFC. Carlos Vela.
Okay, that's cool, right?
But look at the Chicharito.
He got to perform.
They did it all in one. I mean, he's 31 years old. Like, I know. Like, if we're gonna talk honestly, like, we got Thierry Henry here. We got Beckham. Like, we got Zlatan. Like, a little bit after the curve.
A little older. Yeah.
We're getting Chicharito at
right in the curve.
And I know I saw like the reality thing that hurt my heart, but it's more of a pride thing. Like, come on, bro. If you told me I had to go rap with, you know, some up and coming rappers, I'd be like,
okay,
go hype in this cypher with the junior high school kids.
You're like, oh, come on.
You know, it's not that bad, but you know, it's more a reflection of us not prioritizing and recognizing the greatness of soccer than it is a reflection on his attitude. Like, I mean, come on, you're Chicharito and you know what I mean? Like, Jay-Z plays small rooms sometimes, you know what I mean? But
but also just like and I think people don't give enough credit to someone who's Mexican playing in Europe now having to play in the American League. To them, that's a little bit of a gut hit because America and Mexico has such a rivalry in soccer.
There's a whole lot of factors, and I mean, you can't hear that guy speak and look into his like. Who's taking anything from him in a negative way?
Yeah,
like,
he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I haven't met him, but I'm like I love him already.
He's like prolific. He's like a very sincere, and the fact that he would put out that video to begin with, you got to give him a little bit of credit because he knew he would probably deal with some criticism of the fact that he was being so like sensitive.
It's a big deal to cry as a Latino on camera. Like that's a big deal.
Not macho.
Yeah, that's not a novela. You know what I mean?
I'm like,
I'd watch it. I would tune in, of course.
I was crying too. But
I was into it.
Don't interrupt my stories.
You guys call them stories? Is novela just Spanish for stories?
No, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's novel.
Yeah, old black women say stories.
They say stories,
Yeah, Chicharito, I think that when he put that out there and then, you know, and then like seeing them like, but you're going to be closer to, not that much closer, but closer to Australia for your wife. And I was like, come on, buddy. It's like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
And I like that he's authentic. Like, that's the thing about the LA Galaxy. You know, I think they could have like smushed that and like made it disappear, but like that's not authentic. They could have gotten Snoop Dogg to come do this thing, you know what I mean? But they got me because I have an authentic connection with the fans.
You're a fan, yeah.
I go to ACB. I'm sorry, can I say?
Yeah.
You said it 30 times already.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just now being conscious of it.
At the end, you decide.
But I with our fans and they with me and like, and that's why the front office, like, they could have gotten anyone, you know what I mean? But they chose me because they're like, you really come to the matches, like you really like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I lead the chance. I had to go to the stank with them, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't gonna go, and they're like, you gotta go. The fans want you to go, and I'm like, all right.
But I'm sure you get a little, maybe the polite like ribbing or from LAFC fans.
They were super cool. Like they were so chill. Like they weren't chill to the staff, like the fans, but they sent me like, you you. Oh, Murs, what's up? You're into soccer. That's cool, bro. Let's take a picture.
Oh, word, what's up?
I was like, all right.
Well, also, it's just got to be cool to see a stadium in downtown LA, being an LA dude.
No, that's why
dope.
like, I didn't grow up a Lakers fan. I grew up a Clippers fan because we couldn't afford it. And that's where the Clipper Stadium used to be, the sports arena right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's LA. Like, that's South Central. Like, my great-grandmother lived across the street, went to Manual Arts High. Like, that's the hood.
Right.
So, like, to have soccer, I always tell people, like, all jokes aside, like, it's great to have soccer in the hood. It's great to have 2 clubs. I hope Orange County gets a club. Like, let's build soccer in America. Like, the rivalry stuff is fun. It's fun to talk shit.
Yeah.
But on the, man, you know, I tried to, like, muster up the, hey, man, at least LA's going on to the next round of the playoffs.
It's hard to do that, though, ain't it?
And I think I'll get there eventually, you know what I mean?
You'll never-
but then they dropped it to Seattle. I'm like, bro.
If the Nets win
the
a
Quakes
championship,
could have beat Seattle, bro.
If the Nets win a championship, I'm not going to be celebrating that as a Knicks fan. I'm just going to be like, yet again. We continue to lose.
It's hard, but I want to, and I think eventually I'll get there. Like the city, like, you know, like I was on the runway. I was on the runway. I get to,
Wow, right?
There's no irony behind that.
No,
Just
no,
say
no.
I was
it.
on the
We
runway
watched
with Colin Hanks. You know what I mean?
That's
And
right.
A former Galaxy fan.
Yeah, people like, they go at him a little bit online too.
But yeah, we were able to like chill, talk about our kids, like, you know.
That's awesome.
And the staff was there. You know, some people from their front office there. We made jokes. We had drinks. Like, I think that's what it needs to be, and especially in light of the Kobe Bryant situation. Like, our city coming together and like the fist fights and all that. That's a little intense, man. Like, at least this year, if we could chill it out and just go in like
for Kobe and G. And Gigi.
like just chill for the city. Like, I don't care who wins. I want us to win. I want LA to win everything for the next year. For Kobe. Like, that's, and I'm not a Kobe fan or like a Laker fan. I'm a Kobe fan, but like I'm not a Laker fan. You know what I mean? But it's time to like button all that. That shit makes everything so small, man. It's sports.
I hope you're right, man.
Everyone out there on the field comes to play. You know what I mean? Like, let's have fun, and even like the fist fights. I think that's like, it's almost tradition. Like, you go to a pub, you're gonna have a little.
It's an Irish. It's an Irish
LA,
funeral.
Like, with my people.
It's how some people say hello. Well, you didn't get hugged as a kid? All right, we'll go punch you. Go punch you. Yeah.
All right, we are back. And yes, we're still with Murs. And Murs is not only a rapper, but he's very involved in the community and in giving back.
He's a parent.
He's a parent. Yeah, he is a parent.
Yeah.
Apparently, he is a parent.
Okay. Well, they're not all good. Okay.
But we talk about how soccer can help the community and ways to, you know, hip hop and soccer and
It's especially important, and Murs does a really good job of explaining that.
Yeah, so we talk about that.
Where can people find your music? Like, what's coming up next? I know you're running festivals. You're doing the whole nine.
Yeah, man. Murs, M-U-R-S on Spotify, Twitter, Murs316 on Instagram. If you want to DM me, talk some shit, you know what I mean? Help me choose a EPL team. I'm narrowing it down, you know what I mean?
I'm Arsenal. He's Everton.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I'm going with Chelsea.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Or Crystal Palace. But in my
Palace
house
is fire.
In my house, like, they have an American.
Yeah.
They have black people.
Yeah.
And they have a Brazilian. Like, that's like my whole house.
Okay,
like, I got
the whole thing.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I just kind of like go to Wikipedia and like look in the list, like,
So one thing I did want to ask was about, you were talking about soccer in the hood and having a stadium downtown. One issue that we always have, and we talk about it all the time, is about the lack of accessibility for the black community, a lot of minority communities, to get involved in soccer. The fact that you're involved now, do you see that any change in that, and trying to get your kids to go play soccer, or telling other people's kids to go play soccer?
My kids, I forgot, they hate soccer. When I put on soccer in the house, I'm so addicted to it. They're like, no soccer.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there's all kind of things popping up in the hood. There's FC Harlem here in New York.
Right.
My homeboy Greg, who's a Nigerian American who played overseas, has Legacy FC, which I sponsor in LA. If you're having trouble get your kid in and you can't afford it, let me know. I'll take care of it. I am so proactive, and I hope to be like Snoop, which he doesn't get a lot of respect for, but
what he did for football.
Yeah, what he did, Snoop Youth Football, and we're joking a little bit, like, you know what I mean, like leave the Thule at home. But I've been with my homies, 2 neighborhoods we couldn't go to see their sons play against people they used to literally murder.
Yeah.
And these people used to shoot at each other, and they see each other, and it's cool because we're here for the kids. I've seen Snoop bring peace to the neighborhoods, and I don't think the soccer will have that type of connotation, but if it does, I know that sports can do it. I know it can be done because Snoop did it, and then his players transferred to the league. Like Juju, like there's a bunch of people in the NFL now that started playing Pop Warner with Snoop.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Over a decade ago.
Yeah.
It's been there. He doesn't get recognized enough. So I aim to be that force.
It's not just like we talk about minorities. I mean, there's also like, you know, some of the neighborhoods in LA, the Latino neighborhoods, some of the Asian neighborhoods, they've got some of their issues too.
Yeah.
So like maybe soccer could start to bring that together. Maybe that could bleed over into the black communities.
Yeah,
Well, let's not say bleed over. All right?
Yeah, no blood. No.
Sorry, maybe it'll football over.
But bloods are cool too. But it gets tricky. Yeah. Bring your kids to play soccer. It's safe. No concussions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless there's the rare, you know,
happen times.
header,
Less
you know,
less likely.
less
though.
likely.
Headers, you know.
Yeah. So let's I'm trying, man. There's a couple organizations. And like I said, I'm Murs 316. Please DM me. Like, I'm so passionate about getting kids involved, because once you do that, you can play anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like my son is in Mandarin immersion. Like, I want him to be a global citizen, and learning soccer is a part of your child. Knowing that the world is your oyster, like that is
it gives
the
perspective.
key. Like, yeah, you can play anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and that's the thing. And I hope you stay and play in America.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, all the academy kids out there. I know, like, when you come up through the ranks and you want to go play in the EPL, just stay in MLS please.
Yeah,
or
like,
at least play for the U.S. men's team. Talking to you, Efren.
Yeah. Please do.
This is great, man, because you know, I've the last couple weeks I've been like looking up a lot of your interviews and listening to more songs, and you are very much an advocate for, you know, if you're someone from the hood, like, learn about the world, man. And I feel the same way. Like, probably rap got you that opportunity, probably, and for us, comedy, we've done comedy all over the world because it was the thing I wanted to do, and I got to get out of like just Sunset Park, Brooklyn was a tough area.
Yeah,
and
I grew up in Newark. You know, I stopped feeling so bad about being in Newark. I used to be like, you don't got it like us. We from Newark, yo, it's hard. I went to Costa Rica and I saw those like favelas essentially on the side of the mountain. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I saw doing one shoe and I'm like, all right, Newark. I guess I'm good. We got a train, you know.
Yeah, like Newark Heights.
All of a sudden I felt bougie.
So we're learning that soccer can do exactly that for a lot of people. You know, they don't have to rap or they don't have to tell jokes. You know, soccer
they can
give them that same
and
opportunity.
it's like hip hop, comedy, like, it's something like you don't need a lot of money to do. You don't need a whole like to play hockey. You need a lot of shit. Lacrosse, even you need a stick. Like, hoops is big in the neighborhood because you can just get a ball.
Get a ball.
Soccer is the same thing. It's just, hey, go out there, kick it up against the wall.
You don't even need a hoop.
You don't even. Like my son I brought my 7-year-old to see the Galaxy Stadium, and man, Cienfuegos just popped out of the thing, and like, he's cool, you know, he's a legend. So like, hey, adults. But then he saw my son kicking the ball. He's like, no, do it like this, and you can just do this. I see you, bro. But do this on the wall at home. Don't do it on the wall at home. But
the one outside. The one outside.
He's like, you could just do this in the house at the wall. And but he was showing them how to kick, and it was just like, it's that simple. And I think that when people see your kids playing soccer, like, I'm in Tucson a lot. My son lives in Tucson, my oldest son. Yeah. We're at a park, and I'm like, bring out the soccer ball, and another family comes there from Tucson's a border town. They're up from Nogales, from Mexico. Yeah. And kids barely speak English, and then his kid out there, and then he's telling me about his life, and we're talking about, like, and it just brought so much. But had my son had a basketball, that conversation might not have happened. If he was just on the slide, it might not have happened. Yeah. But I went to Maui with Grouch, and like, he plays soccer with all these like famous people that live on the island. They all play soccer. It's raining, it's pouring. And he's like, I gotta go play soccer. And I go out there, and me and the other black guy that are, on the rap tour, we're like, all right, we'll watch. And then some dude come up playing rap, and he's like, I'm like, oh shoot, is that Brazilian? Is that Argentine? He's like, oh no, it's some rappers from Argentina. I was like, oh, that's dope. I was like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Colombia. He's like, and he just looked at us like we were just like, why are you guys sitting here? Yeah. Just take off your shirt and go play. Like, because everybody plays soccer, right? And I'm like, nah, but we can talk about rap. Like, he's like, I'm not getting out there in the rain and like messing up my shoes. Hip hop, bro. Like, but it didn't compute to him, like, why are two men not playing with the other men? Like,
what's your problem?
What's your problem? Yeah.
Your injuries, dog?
Oh, yeah, my hammy, bro.
The doctor says to stay off for the next 30 years.
Oh, yeah, I'm off the pitch for 30 years, bro.
I'll be good maybe later. This has been absolutely amazing,
I brought a gift. Can I didn't. It's in my bag.
Did you really?
Well, everybody brings you guys the scarves, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. I don't know if you already got one.
No, go for it.
We're doing an unboxing live.
You know what?
At the Adidas store.
You mind getting, we have getting something. You getting a gift in there? Do you want to get in that? Okay. What do we got here?
Yeah, I'll hold it so it stretches across.
Yeah.
Says original
Angelinos.
Angelinos. Wow.
Look at that.
Original Angelinos. This is a gift from the original Angelinos from the Angel City
The
Brigade.
Angel City Brigade, we know them. We know them.
ACB, come sit with us. Come stand with us in Victoria Block now.
No, that's right. You got the stand-in section.
And we have a gift for you as well.
We got a gift for you.
From the Cooligans! Did I step on the line?
No, you got it. We'll do it. Actually, let's do a nice proper outro.
Yeah, let's do it. Well-deserved gulliest, of course.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. So with that said, for Murs, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerrero. And together, what are we?
The Cooligans!
That's right, baby. We are back. And oh man, what a great interview with Murs.
Murs is a good dude.
Yes, he is. Great. And, you know, for someone who's as busy as he is, for him to take the time out of his day and go all the way to the Adidas store just to meet with us, just to hang out with us and do an interview.
Yeah.
Just a Murs.
Meant a lot, man. Yeah, and check out Murs' music, man. He's
got like 75 albums, by the way.
He has quite the discography.
He's prolific.
But he makes great music. It's definitely, it's less about, you know, it's slapping and more about like it's more conscious rap.
I know I don't know. I think I heard in an interview that he doesn't want to be called conscious rap, but it's in that world.
It's closer to that than it is to just it being like you know, amigos and kind of stuff like that.
It's not just about the beat. The guy's got a substance, but it's dope. Absolutely dope.
So it's cool to see him merge with the soccer world more.
But I remember I heard in interviews where he said once he had worked with like white artists, and sometimes white fans will come up to him and go, "Hey man, when are you gonna work with that guy again? Or when are you gonna blah blah blah?" So it's not just about him. People don't always show up to see him. They show up to see his homies, right? The people he works with. And that brings me to FC Dallas, okay? Because they just put together like a what was it called, like the Mexican Superstar Package?
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. I'm a huge.
You hear that? And you're like, I shouldn't be on this website. But what they're doing is they're marketing the other team's Mexican superstars.
Yes.
In Dallas, which is both smart and really frustrating if you're an FC Dallas fan.
Correct. And they put out a tweet specifically because, in MLS.
They got dragged
by a lot of people. Yeah. So the first, the tweet basically says, Chicharito, Pulido, and Vela will be making appearances here at Toyota Stadium this season, and you can be there to see all of them. Get your Mexican Superstars package and get your tickets to 3 games for as low as $45.
And Josie comes in with that big Jersey energy and says, what is it? LMAO.
Y'all not for real. Can't be. Face palm. He's laughing
while crying.
Yeah, he's doing the couldn't be me, couldn't be my club. Yeah. Right? And look, it's. I understand. If you're an FC Dallas fan, you understand the frustration clearly, because everybody. The logical thing is, if you are marketing these players, if Mexican players are going to draw fans and get more people there, because we know Toyota Stadium's not always full,
then go get you one.
Go get you one. They're available. There are 0 Mexican players on that roster, which is
That's insane.
Which is like, look, if you're marketing the Mexicans, get a Mexican superstar.
Yeah, it ain't that hard. He could play with the kids. And then Michael Parkhurst comes through, who had played there.
Did he play for FC Dallas?
I believe he played for FC Dallas.
Okay, I'm not. No, I don't think he did. He played for Columbus and Revolution.
Revolution, okay.
Yeah.
I was okay. He said, just an FYI, it's pretty damn embarrassing and annoying as a player to get heckled and cheered against in your own stadium.
Yes, which is
which is true.
Valid point.
Not as saucy as what Josie said, but still a good point.
Yeah, because the fans show up there and they're like, "Hey, I'm here to see the Mexican superstars, not you."
Imagine like when friends are like, "Hey, are you doing any shows?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got one tonight." "Oh, who else is gonna be there?" Blah blah. "Oh, I love them. I'll show up." You're like,
what about my jokes? You don't want to see my comedy?
It's like my mom has never seen me perform, but if she ever goes, "Is Christian perform with you on that one?" I'd be like, "You just go to his family, Mom."
if she says, "Is a Mexican superstar going to be at your comedy show?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Wow, Mom, you really
like, yeah, Christian Polanco's gonna be there.
Mom is dialed in."
Yeah. I mean, this is wildly embarrassing. But the embarrassing thing is that, it's not like they don't have money.
Yeah.
Right? It's the Hunts.
The Hunts, they won the Super Bowl.
Didn't you get a check for that? Can't you just put a little in the GAM category?
But it's frustrating because FC Dallas is a very good team, and what they're doing is working.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they have...
Lucci is like, I'll take a Mexican superstar. All I got right now is 17-year-olds.
But they're also good.
They're great.
Yeah, so...
But Paxton Pomykal could probably use a superstar that knows how to score goals.
Paxton Pomykal, put some bronzer on, dog.
Yeah, dog.
That's why FC Dallas is going to have to do...
Brown face, Paxton.
We're trying to sell tickets here.
Put on this sombrero. We'll figure it out when we get out there.
All right, we'll be back, everybody. Okay, welcome back.
That's right.
So, some more news in CBA.
In CBA.
It's the Canadian Basketball Association.
Everybody's excited about it.
No, the players, the MLS Players Union and the league have agreed on a collective bargaining agreement.
Immediately after we finished recording last week's episode.
So,
Paul Tenorio's like, I don't think it's going to happen. And then like 5 minutes after we were like, good night, he's like, that happened.
So let's highlight some of the big things. Obviously, there's
Charter flights.
An increase in charter flights, which is a thing we discussed for a while.
Do you care about charter flights? I could care less if they get charter flights or not. I mean,
I'm sure the players care.
Collect your miles, my guy. What's the difference? Don't y'all want to be status?
The free agency, so some easier player movement. I think this was a big sticking
from
point.
28-8 to 24-5.
Yes,
so 24 years old and had played 5 years in MLS.
Yeah, so 5 years of MLS experience. So at least now there's a more a more reasonable at a more reasonable age you can move to different teams within MLS.
Even though there is a cap, they can't just go crazy with a bidding war. But they're not limited to how many free agents you can have on a club. So that's huge.
Yeah. All right.
So MLS likes to put in these like little rules where you can't, but no, you could get as many as you want.
The elimination of TAM. So now it will only be general allocation money.
Some restricted, some non-restricted.
Yeah, but for the most part,
or discretional.
But for the most part, all players will have an opportunity at that money, not just at MLS's discretion.
Right.
Which what was happening with TAM, which was so now it's about $4 million of GAM. So this is good. So like in scenarios with like Julian Gressel, he probably could have stayed after the CBA if they could have figured something out or whatever at the time. But
no, he had to go move to DC to get that guap.
So you can't blame him. So I'm happy. I think this is a fair deal for both sides.
And revenue sharing. So shouts to the players. You're going to get a little bit of that TV money.
Okay.
Right? And it runs out before the World Cup. So maybe there's even more coming up next.
So it looks like some real stability for the American soccer player.
They're going to start flexing a little more, driving nicer cars.
Flexing is very, very important.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back with more after this, guys.
Yeah, baby, we did it.
We did do it. How great are we?
Well, amazing. Thank you for asking, Christian.
Yeah, I wanted a specific number, really quantify how great we...
On a scale of 1 to 10, we're about 700. Do the math on that.
Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed our interview with Murs. Please share it, or if you watch YouTube, whatever, let people know about it, because we're really, really proud of it. It was really awesome.
He's our Mexican superstar package, so tell your friends about it. Shouts to Murs, shouts to Adidas Store, shouts to us.
Exactly. At Soccer Cooligans, at Fubo Sports. Subscribe on all the YouTube channels. Do your thing. So with that said, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
And together, what are we?
The Cooligans!